Hello and welcome to another episode of the Project Purple podcast. I'm Dino, founder and CEO of Project Purple, and today we have a special episode that was recorded at the third annual Charity Golf Classic. Before we get to the episode, I just wanted to share some of my thoughts on this year's event, being our third year in a row hosting our Charity Golf Classic at Shorehaven Country Club. When we started this idea of putting on a physical golf outing here in the state of Connecticut, we were a little apprehensive, to say the least, because we didn't know, with all that we have done in the endurance community, if a golf outing would be a success. Quickly, in 3 years, this has become a signature event from a golfing perspective, from the corporate sponsors that have come on board to support our mission, the participants who play the round of golf on the day of the event, and to all the many volunteers and families that get involved, from not only being at the event, but also supporting the event in various ways, from our raffles to our auctions that happen the day of the event. And to now what's become, the last 2 years, has become really a signature event for us with our Hall of Fame induction. Last year, we inducted our first 2 people into the Project Purple Hall of Fame, and this year we inducted 2 more people, which has just become kind of a signature event for us, and something that's probably hard to put into words for me as the founder of Project Purple, how much it means to recognize individuals who really embody what the Project Purple community is with our Hall of Fame. So I hope you enjoy this episode. We had a lot of fun recording this on site at Shorehaven Country Club in Norwalk. Please bear with us, as it was a windy day, the day of the golf outing on June 5th. But I think you'll see with the episode, with the interviews, the people we interviewed, how much fun it was. And I'm just really proud of the team here at Project Purple, proud of everyone who has been involved with this Project Purple Charity Golf Classic from the very beginning, to see where we've come in 3 years. And I can't wait to see this thing continue to grow year after year. Thanks for listening and enjoy the episode. All right, I'm up here in beautiful Norwalk, Connecticut at Shorehaven Country Club at the third annual Charity Golf Classic. And I've got a special guest, 2 special guests here first, but with me. But first, we're going to go to, the wind is brutal, Kevin Spies, a.k.a. the Grill Guy.
Yes, sir. Hello. Thank you so much for having me. Grill Guy, Kevin Spies, Kevin.
Why? I got to ask, Kevin.
Yeah.
Why are you called the Grill Guy?
It's become a little bit of a mystery, because I do not grill. I'm not even much of a guy. No, I am a guy. I do grill seasonally. I don't really film it for content anymore. But I did. Initially, if you go back to my videos like 2 years ago, it was very much a grilling account. I quickly realized I'm not good at grilling or cooking. And I'm also not funny when I'm grilling. So I figured, if I'm going to do this, I should do what I'm best at, and that is making fun of myself and my wife. So that's kind of what I do now.
So you're social media influencer,
content creator, influencer, I mean, whatever. Yeah. It's very weird. Speaking of golf courses, like, I'll go out and golf by myself, and having a conversation with older fellas about what I do for a living is always very interesting. So what do you do? I just say, I work in social media, and they're like, oh, and that confuses them enough that they don't ask any more questions. So that's where I leave it, really.
All right, then we leave it there. We won't be asking any more questions. I did have a couple questions. Like, do you enjoy the Traeger, or like, are you more of like a traditional grill, or like that? Now grilling, I feel, and I guess I'll just say this, like, grilling has become such a like almost like a profession.
Yeah.
Like it's like people are into it, man. They've got the green, what are those green things?
Big green egg.
Thank you.
Yeah.
As much as I know.
I think like also what happened is COVID hit. and everybody got a hobby. And it was like, if you were a white dude in your 30s, you grilled, or you got into like IPAs, one of the two. And a lot of people both. And so like there's so many more people that are into grilling now. So yeah, I do have a Traeger. Traeger was really good to me. They sent me a couple Traegers actually. Yeah, but I did have a couple mishaps. But in any event, what I really like to do is, and what I really want is a flat top. You know, those
like
flat
the
top
griddle.
Yeah, the griddle, because those you can do breakfast on, cheesesteaks. You know, so I haven't invested in one of those yet, but hopefully soon.
Yeah, that's become really popular, I feel. Like I do follow some folks that are into food, and I have seen a lot of griddles, those flat tops recently.
Smash burgers, everyone's doing.
Yeah, the smash burger concept. Like everything's like kind of almost goes like in a cycle, right?
Yes.
Like
it's trends.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what happened Thanksgiving? Did you have a Thanksgiving mishap?
I had a little bit of a mishap. Yeah. I don't want to bury or talk bad about any, but I had a Traeger the Thanksgiving before, and I wrapped the turkey in bacon. Well, first I spatchcocked the turkey, which isn't a curse. Spatchcock is not a curse; it's a technique.
And it's a hard technique for those that have never done it. Okay, so my wife and I tried to do that, and I was like, I didn't have the right scissors, the right knife. If you don't have the proper equipment,
you gotta get the right stuff. And I did. And so the first year I spatchcocked it, I laid a bacon weave on top of it. I put it on the Traeger, and while doing that, I also deep fried a turkey. So I had a deep fried turkey and a Traeger turkey. And we first tried the deep fried turkey, and at that moment when I ate the deep fried turkey, it was the best turkey I ever had. Then I tried the bacon Traeger turkey, and then that took top spot. Yeah. So I said, okay, I'm done with the deep frying. I'll just do 2 turkeys on the Traeger because we have a big family that comes, and whatever. 2 is probably too much anyway, but I did it. I bacon wrapped both of them. And I think what happened was it was too much bacon, and it set both turkeys completely ablaze. Like fully burning turkey. So I go out this is like 11 o'clock in the morning. We're supposed to eat at 1. I go open the thing, and I'm
flames
my eyebrows almost get burnt off. I mean, it was a full blown fire. It was like it's kind of a issue, honestly. I turn the grill off. The fire dies down. Turkeys are ruined. I immediately call a local deli that I knew was doing catering, and I'm like, "Hey, dude, you gotta give me." So they saved me. We got a turkey on the table. Then we had 3 turkeys because the other 2 ended up being fine. We ended up cooking the rest in the oven. Just had a char on it, but yeah. Yeah, so now I'm no longer grill guy. I'm just guy, I guess.
Just guy.
Yeah. Wow. So I haven't really grilled since then.
So hearing you say that, my first thought goes to Christmas vacation when they get the turkeys and they're super well done and they're just Clark's crunching on it and they're just past the gravy.
It was literally, I felt like Clark Griswold. It was like one of my first big holidays. You know, it was the first one that my son was going to be like, my son was a year and a half. So he was like going to be up for dinner and I just blew it. So now for years, I'll just hear about blowing that Thanksgiving. I still hear about it almost every day. So,
well, we just heard about it here. That's awesome. So what brings you here today to the Charity Golf Classic?
Yeah. Well, my good friend here, Ryan Welsh, we've been best friends since we were little boys. He's very involved in the charity. He's like the run coach for all the runners. Lost his mother to pancreatic cancer in 2015. And, I was very close to the family. They took me in when I was a kid. I lived for, extended periods of time with their family. So I've always kind of known the charity from afar. And then recently in 2019, I got cancer too, because I really wanted to join the cancer club. And I'm kidding. I didn't want to do that. But I had cancer, went through a summer of chemo. And so now with being lucky enough to have a little bit of a following, I always like to get involved in any type of charity, any type of awareness I can bring to the disease and to research and treatment of the disease. I try to. So I basically just asked Ryan if I could tag along here today. So here we are. So yeah.
Awesome. And Ryan, I want to get you here on the mic real quick.
I'm basically like the Tom Thibodeau of the golf outing, one might say.
The coach, as you've been referred to all day. I think everyone
keeps. I didn't realize. I was like, Brian. They're like, oh, he's the coach. The coach. Help the coach up.
He's the coach. This is your first time here.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, as we pulled up, we were just blown away by the setup here. I mean, like the power of like what this group puts together never ceases to amaze me. And the amount of support and involvement you get from people that have been impacted by this disease that want to be here, want to contribute their hard-earned dollars to something that makes a difference. And like Kevin being here, wanting to help drive awareness to this sort of charity. Like I was having a conversation with someone earlier, and it's like, this is like, what happens. You're in this fraternity that no one wants to be in, but if you're here, you've been impacted by something pretty deep. And, the fact that you now have shown up means you want to have some meaning and some purpose behind driving awareness towards this disease.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, I don't take clearly this course is amazing, but
how'd you get on? How'd you get the course?
That's a long story. We found a way. It's a private club. It's one of the there's only I believe in Fairfield County, Connecticut. So in this part of Connecticut, there's only 2 courses on the water. This and Fairfield Country Club, which is a little bit further north. But it's just stunning, right? Like you've got Long Island Sound, you've got just this beautiful link style course. And, the course has been great. This is our 3rd year here. We've always had really, really great weather. It's a little windy today, as our audience listening can probably hear some wind in us talking, but just beautiful, right? Just beautiful. And we've grown over the years with the signage and everything that we put up. And, Ryan, I know you've been involved with us a couple races, and you've been around since 2015 because we met when your mom was just diagnosed. So you and I have known each other. So it's just a little bit different because I know you've been involved with coming to the races, the expos.
When I first got involved, I was like saying to Kevin when we were pulling up, we were trying to remember how long ago you started this, which was 2010, as evidenced by the awesome crew neck sweatshirts over there. And so, like when I had met you back in 2014, 15, it was, I mean, like, if I'm trying to remember, like, you were like a one-man show back then.
I was like 3.
2 or 3?
Yeah. 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But I remember the day we met was at the New York City Half Marathon Expo.
Yeah.
And
you ran, that was your first half marathon.
Kevin ran that. And, oh God.
As the wind.
Just a little play-by-play. There was a huge tent that blew. Tragedy almost struck, and the tent was just blowing over. Thank God there were people there. Someone's got to. We gotta bolt down these tents over here.
I thought that was weighted down.
You would think scary. It was. We won't tell you which tent it was because that won't be good for business. But
that's not good. Okay, on with the show here.
As we were saying, didn't blow over the prize table, which you did not.
I think some of the prizes flew over. Hopefully, yeah. Wow. Well, that's what happens sometimes when you do a live show, that things happen.
Showbiz, baby.
As they call it in the biz, right? You just keep rolling. 2014, and that was probably one of the coolest expo venues in the old post office for the New York City, but now it's part of Penn Station.
Yeah, now it's part of Penn Station.
But you walked by, and I think at the same time or shortly thereafter, you had reached out, and then your sister had joined another charity, which is great. Fred's team, awesome group.
Yep.
Your mom was being treated at Sloan, I believe.
Yep.
And then we didn't see each other for a couple years, and not even a couple years, a couple months, right?
Yeah.
And fate would have it, you're running the marathon.
Right. So it was like 7 months later, the marathon that fall. Yeah.
And your mom had passed, right?
Like 5 days before.
5 days before the marathon. And here we are hugging it out in Brooklyn.
I remember
and
that.
you told me the story. And I just never forget that.
I stopped during the race and told
to talk
him.
to me. I have those pictures. And then the rest is history, right? You run with us in Boston. When we were in the Boston Marathon, you come to Chicago. We do the video.
Yep. We even did a little soiree out in Napa and Sonoma.
Yeah, Napa. That's right. Napa to Sonoma. That's right. I totally forgot about that
That's
one.
a fun one.
And then, then you come back, you're in Brooklyn, you're running, you've done the spin event, we've done plenty of fundraisers. You get married, you leave your job, you go to North Carolina. Now you come back. I know there's a lot of details in between, but I'm just trying to shorten this up.
Fast forward to how I
and now you're the run coach
coaching,
for us, right? And like you transitioned. When I met you, you were this big shot at Bank of New York.
Yeah, that's right.
Youngest senior vice president in the history of the bank. I know he wouldn't say that, but I remember that. Ryan. And then you had a great career at Salesforce. And then now you're doing something that you really love, which you're working with teams and individuals, not only us. We love having you here because you're doing a great job with the teams, but you also work with other charities as well, which is just awesome. And, to piggyback with Kevin, like, I'm always amazed at why people do what they do, and being charitable. Everyone says, hey, I want to be charitable, but to actually physically do that, to come here on a day or to come here, on your day off, and to be involved and to help social media and to help the teams. It's just so awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I always say, like to people I'm coaching or even like, like the people showing, like it's so easy to just say no, right? It's so easy to just do nothing, right? Because it requires no effort inherently. And when I coach people, like I always say to them, there's moments in your training that are going to be hard. There's moments in the race that are going to be hard. And like that's okay. That's good, because if it was easy, not everyone would be doing it. Like, so I kind of love that about running, about, like giving back, stuff like that. It's like, it's easy to just say no, but like to be able to like actually like Kevin coming up here and doing all this stuff with it, it makes it extra special. And I mean I love that.
I love it. We're gonna end this because I know we're gonna get out and see some golfers, and you guys have to head back. For people listening at home, where's the best place to learn about Welsh training? I know you've done you and your wife, don't forget Kara, have done a great job. For those that live in northern New Jersey or in Red Bank, which is not necessarily, I guess, but your Red Bank Run Club is all. I am so jealous because I want to go, but it's kind of far from me, man.
I just want to say it is not a running club. It's actually a disruption in the run space, and it's a group of like-minded people that have common goals. So it's not a run club. It's actually a disruption. So I just wanted to make that clear.
What's the best place for people to learn about your coaching and then also learn more about the Red Bank Run Club?
Yeah. So r_Welsh_coaching on Instagram. You can always find me there, DM me there, even if you just want questions, some advice, like whatever it is. At Red Bank Run Club on Instagram as well. We share out stuff. We do 2 or 3 runs a week. Sometimes it's with coffee. Sometimes it's with beers. Sometimes maybe it's a little bit of both. But it's a great group. And I think like what's been fun about that is like we moved somewhere new. We didn't really know many people, but we knew we liked to run. And, we knew that people find community and enjoyment in getting some miles in together and having some beers together. So it's been fun to like kind of actually feel like we're really becoming a staple within the community and making some other friends there.
Awesome. Kevin, where's the best place for our audience to follow you and all the great things you're doing with philanthropy and all the grilling tips?
I don't know if we're doing any philanthropy. Maybe if I make money someday. No, you can follow me at Grill Guy, GRILLGUI, Grill Guy on Instagram and TikTok, and YouTube also. And catch me at a couple of Red Bank Run Club runs. I like to go over the first of every Friday, and that's really it. Hopefully can be more involved in some of these events too. So let me know when the next one is. We'll make sure we can get out to it.
Well, we do have some urban rappelling happening.
I did hear about
September,
that.
So we might have to get you up to Hartford to rappel 14 or 15 stories.
That sounds terrifying, and it sounds like great content. So as much as I don't want to do it, I'll do it for showbiz, baby.
And let me just round this out with, I know like Dino was complimenting my journey, but in knowing him for 7, 8, 9 years, I don't even know how long it is now, like to just see how much this organization has grown in, just like the number of runners you have, the number of events you're doing, the number of people you have like working and volunteering here, the amount of dollars that you're bringing in for like life-changing research, which we have like a nice little sidebar about like all the stuff that you've been involved in, all the grants you're making there, and what's the latest and greatest on that. It's just been like really cool to see this group evolve and the fraternity of the people involved in it and that are giving back and wanting to eagerly be a part of it. It's just been awesome. So like as we were driving up, I was like, I've always felt thankful that I met you and that I got involved with this. And so it's always just feels nice to just give a little bit back to the group. And so we thank you, Dino, for all that, man.
Thank you guys for being on the Project Purple podcast. Tony Longo, here we are at the third annual golf outing. 3 years you've been doing this. What do you think here?
To say that it's a fantastic day is selling it short. 3 years in a row, this keeps getting better and better every year. Every year we bring out new people, same people that support the cause. It's all about awareness. And I think this brings awareness to our cause in a different way. I think we're reaching people that we normally won't reach, getting the word out. The corporate sponsorships are always appreciated. And I think Vin and the team do a fantastic job putting this day together.
Hit them straight, buddy.
Yeah,
thanks for all the love.
Love you, brother.
Hey, so here we are, Gina Franco, ambassador extraordinaire. Third year you've been here for the golf outing. You've been here all 3 years.
Yes, I have. This is a great day.
So thoughts, feedback as this thing has grown. You've been part of it. You've been part of the community for a while.
Yeah, it's really grown. It's amazing to see the repeat golfers. Everybody comes in such a good attitude, all coming together for the same united purpose. People are so generous. I usually work the raffle, and people are just really generous, giving such an important, good cause that has touched so many people in so many different ways. Today, I'm super excited because my dear love, Darlene, who came to me through Project Purple, is being honored tonight. I have goosebumps thinking about her, but she's got something exciting to share tonight. We're going to keep that under wraps.
We can't wait. Hall of Fame inductee for 2023. Just super excited. And, I think I was out on the course, talking to some people. They just talk about like guys that have come over the last couple of years and just how it's really grown, and it's just wild to see from my standpoint, and for people like yourself even that have come back year after year after year to help volunteer and help support it is just really, really special.
Thank you. And honestly, I picked up golf a year ago, so I believe I'm going to be hopefully playing next year. I would be honored to play in this tournament. It's an awesome course. Thank you, Shorehaven, for having us every year. It's a great time. And really the support has been tremendous, like from Norwalk, Fairfield County, everybody that's given to us. We have a lot of sponsors repeat over and over. Yeah, it's a great time. I'm so glad that it's growing.
It's awesome. Thanks, G.
You bet.
All right. So now we're in Shorehaven Country Club in the clubhouse. I'm here with my good friend, Marco Rojas, who is the assistant general manager here at Shorehaven Country Club. Marco, my question is, you guys are a private country club, but allowing a charity, and I know you guys work with various other groups, but for us, it's been special. This has been our home for our charity golf classic now 3 years in a row. What is it like to give back, and I know you've gotten to know our mission a little bit, but, to have this opportunity, this is a private country club, so you do have to be a member. You can't just drive up and come to dinner or play golf, but to allow charities like Project Purple the opportunity to play at such a magnificent place, what does that mean for you and the staff and for you guys here?
Well, thank you very much for being part of this amazing group. And what you do is very special. So more than anything, I would thank you for coming to Shorehaven, because since we met each other, it's been a pleasure to have you here and host your event at the club. It's special for us to give back to the community and for people to come and see our place. It's a beautiful place. I hope you enjoy it. And we're always here for you, and anything that you need, well, you're more than welcome at Shorehaven.
Well, thank you for allowing us the opportunity to be here, because this is really a hidden gem, I call it, in Connecticut, because there's no big signage. I know we talked before. I've been to Calf Pasture Beach. For those that live in the area, plenty of times. We used to do our 5K actually at Calf Pasture, and I didn't even know this was here. And it's just an amazing place. It's an amazing experience. Since the first year we started, the reviews, it keeps getting better and better. And that's what I worry about every year. We've been blessed. We've had really good weather, right? But every year seems to get better and better. I know we get better at like the organization and, the facilitation of getting people in and, getting them out on the course. But it's just awesome. And the golf here is spectacular. The views, the course is always in amazing shape. And the clubhouse is just, it's bellissimo, as we say in Italian, right?
Thank you. It's a pleasure, seriously. To have you here, and for a lot of people to come and visit our place is an honor. And I'm happy to work in here. So we have a lot of employees, as you know how the market goes out there.
Yeah.
We always invite everyone who would like to try, the club business to come and start with us. It's always a pleasure. People that you bring in here, so very special, and obviously it's a good mission, and I hope everybody enjoys it.
Awesome. Marco, thank you for another great year.
Thank you.
All right, here we are. We're back in the clubhouse. I've got Vin Camp. Vin, third year in a row. So far, we've gotten through half the day. What are our thoughts, man? It's like a whirlwind.
Whirlwind from setup, or if you start in the planning process, from everything that's going on. We get here, we set up, and it all comes together. We send the golfers out. It is a whirlwind. I think it just flies by. We're halfway through. I think just came back in from the course. Golfers are having a great experience out there. I think the weather held off 3 years in a row for us, and they're having a great time out there. So it's, we've said it before, it's a really special event. And I think year after year, it just keeps getting better and better with the little tweaks and things that we can make to give everyone a great experience.
Yeah, we've had really good weather. We've been blessed, right, to have this exceptional weather the last 3 years on this date, whatever date we hold it on. And the course really plays really well when the weather's really nice. I'm sure when the weather's not great, it probably plays really well too, but because they keep really good care of the course. But just it makes it that much more special, I think. And to have now 3 years, where the first year we were like, okay, well, we had success, but like, can we get it to the level where we want? And then this year, being a record-setting year, sponsors, with regards to the sponsorship, we had a premier sponsor this year. We had more sponsors, the biggest sponsorship year we've had. And it just continues to grow, continues to get bigger. We continue to get better. Being out there, I talked to people that were involved the last 3 years and just talk about how seamless it was this year in terms of registration. And just, we keep evolving and getting better. So it really, really has become a special day for us here at Project Purple.
Yeah. And especially those people that have been here since that day one, to see that evolution, to see, what this event is turning into as a premier event. That we put on, every, once a year. And I think it culminates with some of the ceremonies and stuff we'll have after the dinner and the Hall of Fame ceremony, which last year was the first year, but extremely special, and, a great piece to what this event, culminates in: a day of golf and then a day of remembering and honoring those. Yeah. So I think it's a great thing, from front to end.
Yeah, it's been real special, right? The Hall of Fame is something that we didn't know would turn into this, and it has, and it's just so special. So can't wait for tonight's Hall of Fame inductee. We've got 2 people being inducted posthumously, Kevin King, and then also survivor Darlene Plavchek. So we're super excited to have them both being inducted into the class of 2023 at tonight's event, which is kind of the culmination of today's great event and all the pomp and circumstance that the Charity Golf Classic has become.
Yeah, it's going to be a special evening. And there'd be some tears, I'm sure. I had some last year, but it's special, because it allows us to, do what we do and honor, those that are battling and those we've lost. And it's a special, special day. Like I said, from, the setup at 8:00 to when that first person comes back, from the course, really special day.
Vin, thanks for all you do. And remember, you are
Project Purple.
Thank you for listening to this special episode from the Project Purple Charity Golf Classic for 2023. Again, I want to thank all of our sponsors, the board, the staff, the volunteers, the participants, and everyone who made this year's event as special as it was. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being on this journey with us here at Project Purple. Make sure to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. And we hope next year, the 2024 Charity Golf Classic is the biggest that we've ever seen. Be safe. Thanks for listening. Until next time, that's a wrap of another episode of the Project Purple podcast.